Alright, welcome back. In this next video, we're going to be going through some of the first third pieces from identifying candidates to initial engagement using Jobscience. So looking at some of the mapping flows, we're going to start with creating searches and looking at some of the different methods to do that using Jobscience. Alright, so going through that, there's again the searches in Jobscience, the types of searches, there's three different ones. First, we're going to look at reporting using Jobscience, then Cando's view list, and then lastly, power search. All right, so let's go ahead and start with reporting and take a look at that. Um, okay, so very simple, right? First, we're going to go to reports. Go ahead and click there. Let's just pretend that we're signing in under here as Quang. So pretend that Quang wants to do a new report for partners in the capital market space, right? So you're going to go ahead and click, again, we went to reports, then we click new reports. All right, go ahead and click other. You're going to scroll down and you're looking for job orders with applications and candidates. Alright, that is the report you want. Come over to the right, click create. Boom. Okay. So it's going to load all these things. Now, first and foremost, you're going to want to look at some of these pieces here. My job orders. This filter could make or break your search. So would recommend go ahead and putting all job orders for now, so that everybody just kind of shows up. Don't worry about these things for now unless you have something specific. So let's go ahead and create the report of what we want to see. Job title. Not that important. So what that does in terms of type of report, to the left you have job order info. Anything that has to do with the job order you can create as a criteria. Not really interested in any of that. And then you have your other folders such as the applications and stuff there. So this is great. Right? I recommend using the quick find. Let's just say we wanted to, first of all, get the candidate's name. We have the last name here already. Let's do first name. That would be helpful, right? Good. All right. And again, we want to look at partners. So let's just type in title. We're going to want to see, what do we want? Industry title. Okay, let's move that over here. Boom. Great. And we want everybody that's in the capital markets. So everyone that's been labeled as capital markets. So we'll go ahead and type in primary, slide over to primary markets. Boom. Alright, so now that we know all the different criteria we have the first and last name, application, we don't really need that. First and last name, the market, I think that's all we really want. That's all we really need for now. So again, this is the idea of this is right. If you have a new job you're looking to search or new markets, you want to go in and look at all the people that have already been submitted in the past. This is what you'd use this for, right? And again, people that were submitted are going to show up under application as opposed to submittal first in the first. We're in the system will be application. So from there, you have the columns that you know that you're going to want to be able to view and sort by. So from there, go up to filters, which is this highlighted thing here. Go to add field filter, right? So we want to filter by title first and foremost, right? So let's go ahead and I also would recommend for this that you would actually type in, as opposed to scrolling down here, that you actually type in what you're looking for, industry title. Boom. Alright. We want the industry title to equal and all the high level stuff, right? So let's just start clicking on these directors. Let's click on managing directors practice, blah blah blah, maybe partners or senior managers, partners, partner associate. These all seem high level stuff, right? So we're just gonna click on that. VP senior, executive, why not, right? Let's get all the high level people. Good to go, right? Insert selected and click OK. Done. Right, so that's gonna weed out, make sure it's all high level people, all partners. Next, what else do we want to sort by? We want to sort by primary market. We want people, so again I would type in primary market and equal to, and we want to look at everyone that is coded as capital markets. Is that what we want? Yes, capital markets. That'll work. And we're going to put includes as opposed to equals, so that capital markets buy side will hopefully show up on that as well. Click OK. And last criteria you have to understand is just filter logic, right? as a default, it's going to have and, meaning you want the first and the second candidates that have that to show up. Other options could be or, if you wanted one or the other, but we're going to leave it for and is now. That works. Click OK, and good to go. So from there, you run report. Okay, it shows up here, and boom, 68 people. So I know I have 68 people that I have these high-level titles that are coded as capital markets at some capacity, that have already been submitted at through our company. So that for me, if I'm looking to find a global head partner or any kind of partner level folks for the capital markets group at EY, that's a good starting point, right? Looking at people that we already have, there's 68 people. From there, you can sort by their name, you can sort by their title, the primary market. You can customize this to go back to that search if you want to throw in additional criteria that you'd like to view by just clicking and dragging them here. And then lastly, you can save that search, right? So we want to save as report name, capital markets partner submittals. All right, and you are good to go. And this is gonna, and then you can choose which folder you want to show up with. I'm gonna go ahead and click on unfiled public report so anyone can see it. Go ahead and save, or save as return report, and you are good to go. Alright, in this next part, we're briefly going to go through Cando's view list and how to create a Cando's view list using Jobscience, right? So this process is going to be very similar. I recommend have very similar through all the view lists. I recommend having two windows open. That way you can look at which items you want on the left side as you're creating your list. It's very simple. You go to Cando's. I'm going to click Cando's. And so just so you know, the drop down, you can create as many views as you'd like. But you're going to go ahead and go to create new view. And again, this is Quang, so let's just say he wants to create a retail banking view list, right, of all candidates that are retail, that fall into the retail banking space. So then from there, a couple of key criteria you're always going to want to sort for. First is created by alias, so I'd recommend typing it. You could search it with the drop down here, or you can just start typing the letter C. It's going to be down to creates. So you're looking for created by alias. Oh, I think we just passed it. Alright, so what you have created by alias equals 2. You can go ahead and put in it's your first letter, first initial, and then first four letters of the last name, right? And that will bring up all of his. Now, knowing that he's been on Bay's Jobscience, we would also want to see folks that Bay has in his list. So for there, you would put in Bay's alias as well. Just a comma separating that to have anyone's alias you want. You can always go back and modify that. So you can add or take away people. And that's how you do that. Next, you're going to want to do it by primary market, right? So if you scroll down to primary markets, equals 2, and just by the way, you have to know exactly what you have to type it in exactly right. And so you can't spell it wrong at any capacity, or else your search is not going to work. So we know it's retail banking. Boom. Retail banking, great, right? So this is the criteria, right? Specify filter criteria, meaning people are only going to show up on a list that meet this criteria, which is different than from looking at display. Display is what you're going to actually see in your view once it's created, right? So name would be helpful. That would be good to keep. Account name you can get rid of. I guess phone you can keep for now, no big deal. Phone and email, sometimes you want those. For this instance, it won't be important. So key things you're going to want put in the actual view. Name is probably going to take care of it. You don't necessarily need the first and last unless these are different. Let's put those in just in case it's different from the name. Let's go ahead and scroll down. So if you wanted their mobile or their phone, you can put that in. You're going to want to see things as it relates to date. So last modified date is one option. I would recommend you did created by dates. Created by alias will be important to see, so you can know who actually created this person, put them into the system. Okay, you're going to want action in there. You may want account, as in the company that they're currently with. what else? Right. So then you'll just go through and you'll select the things that you want. Those are some of the most important ones. You're going to want the primary market in there as well. Okay, and that should probably do it for your list views. Now, feel free to go through these. I'd recommend taking a look at a bunch of these when you have time to see which ones you may want or may not want in your search. Definitely some of the other coding will be important. Here you can move things to the up and down just depending on how you want it, or you can do it once you go to view. So go ahead and click save, and boom, then that's going to bring up everyone that falls into that criteria that you've created. All right, so you have the person's name, you have the title currently, you have the primary market, which should all be the same, first and last name. So if that's the exact same here, you probably won't need that in the search. Created by alias, action, really actually not that important. You can kind of get rid of it. And then you have account. So say you wanted to switch this so it's the company was right next to the name. You can go ahead and drag it over to create your views however you want. All right, so that's how you create a view there. Just so you know, everything that then falls into this criteria, if you click on edit, is going to automatically update. And so anything that falls under this criteria, this candidate view will automatically update, which is the beauty of it. And again, you can go in and change the display using these tabs below, and then you can create different types of criteria. So going through the criteria, contains just means it will contain words in that area. It doesn't have to necessarily be exactly that. You can do not equal to if you didn't want some certain things showing up, and so on and so forth. So that is how you create your list views. And once that's saved, it'll always be there, and it now becomes a option for your drop down here in Retail Bank. All right, lastly, we're just going to go through Power Search, right, using the Jobscience. So the Power Search allows you to do Boolean searches, which is just very cool, and search by keywords. So go ahead and click on Power Search. Okay, so again, going back to the idea that we're searching for this partners for the capital markets. So let's just go ahead and type in just go ahead and type in global head in quotes to see what comes up there. I'm not sure if anything will, but it's safe because you're looking for global head in capital markets, and boom. All right, so 23 people showed up in this list that have global heads somewhere in their profile. So just so you know, FYI, it is going to pick up what's in their resume as well, which is great. Really, really good. So let's just say we wanted to narrow it down even more, which I'm not sure if it will. Let's say we want to only get people that had global head and capital markets in their profile. Click search, and then let's see what happens if there's anybody that. Boom. All right. So then narrow down even more, right down to 6 people. So these people are even more narrowed down to having these specific things in their profile somewhere. So let's say we want to save that search, right? I'll go ahead and highlight that, copy and save, and then what do we do from there? We do something with that. We go to save as name search. All right. Very good. And we just type in whatever you want that search to be named as. I'd recommend saving it for the exact same search you put in. And that happens there. And then once you've done that, you go to the Save tab. Once you click Save, and boom, here goes your search right there, all ready for you to come back, take a look at. Let's just do a couple of more. Quickly going through these tabs, right? You can have all these words as you see here. You can have some of these words if you want, but don't find people that have blah blah blah, which means you can say words that you don't want in there, which is great. So for example, if you're doing let's just say we were doing insurance, but we wanted life insurance people, but we did not want people. Okay, let's just do that first, right? Life insurance, and then 243, and then we wanted people that did not have property and casualty in their search, which is a different type of insurance, by the way. So say we wanted to find people that just had life insurance, didn't have property and casualty. Does anybody come up? Okay, that narrows it down from whatever that number was before to 192, right? So it helps to narrow it down even further, right? Then again, boom, you could save that search. You could apply directly to a job if you want to throw them onto a candidate list view. You could add skills. You can add to a shortlist, and so that's how you use the power search function. You can also do it by skills, and by match here, which I'm not entirely sure, but that's how you use Power Search to create additional searches. And again, the cool thing about those again is that you can save all those searches.